so yesterday I swept the floor of Juk Eco. Great trades across the board. And guys, deadass, if you're not holding MAVE, do so. Do so. I don't understand what the jittery is going on right here. Huge discount. I'm not going to stop speaking about it. I'm not going to leave it. We are sticking with this project for the long run, sorry. So get a bag of MAVE. I'll drop the CA in. If you're trenching right now, you don't hold a bag of MAVE, then you're just going to miss out a top blast like everybody else get cooked. So sweep the floor while you can. Long-term bags. I'm not moving on from this. This is our CTO and we're sticking with it. Obviously we've had bunch of trench drama. This was the rug on, well, it was a rug, but then it got recovered on Catty. A lot of people sold Catty. I made a message in my Telegram group. They all went and cheated it and then jumped into Catty from here, got rugged on Catty. So basically lost money because they sold this to jump into Catty. It's stupid, but it's what is to expect. We're not caballing it or having Wales secure the floor. It's a community project for you guys to make money. Next here, obviously we had the bag stuff. So we had a bunch of bags PvP again. People cheated and got rugged on bags. It's normal, right? I understand because I used to do the same thing. When you don't have a lot of Solana, you have to sell other coins to go buy other coins and you're constantly checking your balance. I get it, but don't do that because that's how you're going to get wrecked. Okay, so get a bag of Catty, the lows. I'm not even going to scalp it. I thought to myself, you know what, should I just blast it? I thought, no, let's not. It's a community coin. Join it. It's a meme posted by NASA. NASA posted a bear's face on the moon, and you can see it was one of the highest volume tokens on Jup initial launch. Then it got rugged over here. We CTO'd it, brought it back to the highs, and obviously then we had these situations here. But since then, we have built a large community. We have tons and tons of memes and a very, very, very strong social presence. So make sure that you have a bag of Catty. I also brought it on my Uranus Whale wallet. So there's Uranus Whales watching this chart. But once this chart starts mooning, this is where you're going to start having people buy 5, 10K these prices. But they're not going to be interested in buying 5, 10K if you cheat in chart. A lot of people are like, how do charts go up? Or people buy it. So as a CTO, it's your job to make sure that you're actually sticking with these coins. Don't just leave them to go get burned on a 10K market cap or just dumped on by a casino cupsy or whatever. Guys, because I say this a lot. A lot of people are trying to be trading new creations and that. I'll be honest, you're just not good traders. That's just how it is. I'll be so honest. It's hard to have capital and cash flow and learn narratives and check this and do all those things. Very hard. It's relying on getting lucky. But if you want to improve your chances of getting lucky and being successful, you have to work hard for your bags, work hard for a CTO. So a lot of people made money repping the TCAP merch. That was 1000x call, and it's exactly the same as this. A lot of people just G and do whatever, and then they see I'm sticking with it, and then they're like, oh shit, no, this is a serious one. And there's 1000x. You ain't getting 1000x on an Elon tweet. Bags clearly don't want to help you. He don't care. So you got to work together, man. If you work together, build up a good chart, people will top blast with size because they see that you're holding. A lot of people with TCAT, they held from the absolute floor. I'm talking they held from 15K to 20 million. 15K to 20 million. Question is, are you going to do the same? Or are you going to keep recycling your capital? Buy it, put it in a different wallet so you don't see it. That's what I do with these things. And you'll see you have a lot more success. If you want to join the Catty community, you can join it over here on Twitter. Copper bag. Turn off the chart, you'll see. And if I hear anyone in the community, when this thing gets to 1 million, talking, oh, I'll blast that 100K, blast that 200K, you're retarded. You're actually retarded. Yeah? You're silly, right? Take the advice. Someone with more experience. I've been doing this thing now for 5 years almost, this crypto stuff, about 5 years, half a decade. I know charts are the biggest illusion that you'll ever see, okay? So now you're going to have to put in the work because you disrespected the top holders. You know, there's probably a lot of whales here that spent a lot of money up here and you went out and you cheated on them for 0.5 SAR. So now you're going to have to work it back up, no problem. But when it comes back up, they'll top blast and they'll buy their position back because they can see that you're holding the CTO strong. No problem. And that's how you're going to hit higher levels. You can see it right here in the order book. Right here is a few people who will now G off at a loss because you lost their trust. But don't worry about it. Community is the key here. If you stick together as a community, you'll have success. Take TCAP for an example. Those guys are still sticking around. And that's the reason why right now, in terms of ton projects, look at this. Even though it went from 20 million all the way down to 2, did another 10x back to 20 million. Bear in mind, we took this over at 30K market cap, right? And even to this day, now the resurgence is happening for TCAP. I would not be surprised to see this at least go to 5 or 10. And if Ton actually pull their finger out their ass, we could even see it back to all-time high. Same situation with this one. Same situation with MABE. This is super early in its infancy, but I would not be surprised to see it's at all-time high. Furthermore, you want to get Jup to interact. So to do that, you got to be up here. The whole Jupiter eco is down, and just like trading on leverage, you have to take the risks. I like to take risks, the lows. At the highs, it's just stupid. So you sweep floors, you don't buy tops. And stop scalping chart on a fucking CTO. It's just silly. What would the people said if, when charts are all-time high, if I one-clipped it? It's a scam. It's the same thing for you guys. You don't want to be doing buy a bag, support the CTO, and just hold. Just keep it simple. Keep it kosher. You know that one? Keep it fucking kosher. 60 people in the VC. I expect all 60 people to be in, holding the bag and working. This is for you. It's not for me. I don't really make much money off this shit. You get it? I got 200 grand in the main runner. 0.2% move on that. It's more money than I'll make on this. This is for you guys to get you guys a win, because then you can go back to the casino with a bit more money. But you ain't going to be able to do that if you're scalping this chart the same way that you're scalping a fucking new creation. Buy a bag. Everyone should be holding a bag, securing the floor, checking the holders, securing supply. Because I tell you this, 300K, 1% supply, $3,000. You have to ask yourself the question, do I have $3,000 to be blasted into a meme? Probably not. It's expensive. 3 grand for me is expensive. I think, wow, 3K on a meme coin. You get it? Down here, 1% supply, I think it's like $600. That's not bad, right? That's 1 month's salary after tax and expenses, right? Up here, you're talking 3 months salary. Up here, you're talking 12 months. Up here, you're talking 2 years. Up here, you're talking 5 years. Up here, you're talking gen wealth. Beauty of memes. But to do that, you have to be getting a bag. You have to work for it. You hear boys coming here every single day. You guys are disrespecting boys a little bit. You're talking about the guy who called TST 1000X, who called every single AI project. He's not talking for no reason. He's telling you that this is a good meme, a good project. If I was you guys, I would listen, because I didn't listen for TST and those ones. Or Kita. Kita's also done 1000X. And then you come back and you're like, fuck, I've been getting wrecked this whole time. The coins have done a fucking 1000X. What was I doing? Oh yeah, when the chart was down, I didn't want to buy it. When the chart down, I didn't want to buy it. I was too busy treating it like another meme. But it's not. This is the alpha. You got all the boys in, you got the whole the trenches in, and all you have to do is buy a back, hold, and tweet. And get other people to buy it. Done. That's how memes work. Every other meme is starting to die off in the Jup ecosystem. Cat debts. This thing went to 2 million. It's now at 60K, right? Kirby, 4 million, now at 800K. Burn, 500K, now at 100K. Dupe, similar thing. We want to be in a position where when the Jupiter ecosystem breaks out, which we are so close to, right? I'd say on the shorter time frame, if you're charting it like this, we're very close. I'm charting it a bit like this in the channel. So I'd want to get to the middle of the channel, which is about 76. But you could possibly say that this is the downtrend we've already broken out. When this gets momentum, which it will, you want to be positioned in a good CTO. Because, for example, like Bubbles, everyone wants to be in Bubbles right now, but where did we buy it? I bought it here at 400K. I put 10K in, right? 1 day later, not even 12 hours. Like 10 hours later, it was like 65K. 10 grand to $65,000. What happens if this goes to 4 million? You have to ask yourself that question. You're talking $600 to $40,000. That's the power of CTOs. And it's very easy. You just keep the chart alive. You don't move on to daft shit, sell after stream, and just be stupid. Because I'll tell you something, guys. There's 3 months left of the cycle. 3 months left. You have to ask yourself the question, do you want to go back to a job after 3 months and say, I spent the whole cycle, bought this and bought that and faded this? And you don't want to be living in regret, guys, right? You want to finish the cycle and say, you know what? Missed out on a few opportunities, but you know what I did? I finished strong. I worked my ass off, right? These are the positions you want to be in. You guys, I'm telling you now, 90%, 99.9% of people, they're going to struggle on new creations. They're struggle. It's not easy. I've even got rid of my whole new creations tab. You guys see, I don't even have it because it's actually extremely tough. You're talking multi-wallets, bundles, fucking snipers, bags coin, job coin, 5 different launchpad platforms, the wrong name, different link. The fees don't go to Finn, the fees go to someone else. The list goes fucking on. You ain't got no copy traders. Extremely tough. So what you have to do is you have to be diversified, right? You position yourself in some of these bags long term. And then what you do is then you can take a smaller amount and you can trade. That way, if you get cooked in the trenches, it doesn't affect your overall growth. So I also say you should also possibly look at leverage trading as well. You have to be diversified, right? I'll give you an example. In the time that Uranus has been going down. What have I been doing? I've been in a leverage trading, right? I was like, okay, cool, right? What other opportunities are there? What can I see? Okay, well, pumps at the bottom. Okay, locked in on pump. Took the long from down here. Now we're the way up here. We're up like 50K on this thing. For you, it could have been $500, 5,000, whatever, 50. It's all relative. It's all the same. Okay. Also, if you go on KOL scan, you can see I've got a different wallet here. If you put in King, you'll see if you look at King wallet, see we went, okay, cool, upright, boom. Found the whale wallets in Uranus. He made a new coin. We got in at the floor, ran it up. $7,000 on that one. No, I didn't show all my trades, but you can also see other tokens in there. Pupa, obviously TradEye, DBS, Lucky Coin, Candle, right? The list goes on. Diversifying, right? Diversifying. This also has the MABE and other coins in that wallet too. I think if you go onto SoulScan, you would see it here, yeah. Kai, 14K, Uranus, 170, Trencheye still holding, MABE still holding, Bubblehead still holding a little bit, right? I'm diversifying. Because that's how you have success, right? Nobody ever told me that in my first rodeo. You know what they told me? Mike's long all altcoins. Put all your eggs in one basket. You get cooked. It's the equivalent of having your whole thing just in the trenches. Like, if you just want to have fun, gamble, great. I love that too. But if you're actually sitting here and thinking, whoa, like this crypto stuff is, yeah, I can make more money in this crypto stuff than I can make in my job. Yeah, bro, you can. But you have to diversify. And the biggest brain rot thing that people have, or so not brain rot, be like a mental block, is they say, oh, I don't have enough money. The reason why you don't have enough money is because you're not listening and doing what we're saying to do. Diversify. Even if you're diversifying $20, $50, it's going to set you up, because the man that can't manage $20, $100 is not going to be able to manage 10,000. You might hit the craziest diabolical lick, getting at 10K market cap, get fucking 2 million, big bag, 2 weeks, you've lost all your bread. You're thinking, fuck. You go back to the square one. You don't want to do that. You want to be diversified. Because then when you hit the lick, you're going to be conscious enough to be like, okay, CTO over here, Mr. This over there, bish bash bosh. Simple equation. Let's see what the live chat has to say. You hold Pepe on bags? Yeah, I also hold Pepe on bags. But bags is cooked right now, so I've wrote that money off. Someone said, bro, just pumped the meme 30%. You haven't seen nothing yet. I didn't even pump the meme. What it is, I understand people, right? They just want to know that you're gonna stick it out, right? So when the chart's down, it's just about showing people that, look, still here, and it's still here, it's still here, and you're still here. And eventually the people that don't believe, they look back at the chart and say, fuck, it's right. And then the top blast. The people at the bottom are all happy, like, yo, that's just how the game works. Someone said, yeah, bro, Cat is the only chart that's hold up, right? I think we're going to see, well, actually, I just know in my gut that we're going to see Jupiter action. I put a tweet out this morning. I said, show me some job communities that are still active. 33 comments already. The Jupiter community is active, right? This goes to show you the chart, right? When you're looking at a CTO and stuff like that, as long as the overall market's okay, don't stress about the chart, you know. I gave a lot of alpha to some of my friends, some people that like are new to crypto. I say to them like, yo, get a bag of this. And they're looking at this chart like this. Same thing that the guys like, bro, just pump the chart 30%. They're looking at the chart like this. And they're like, I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, they're zooming on the chart in the 1 second. I'm like, bro, this isn't a fucking Elon tweet, right? This isn't a new creation that's 5 minutes old. The CTO, all you do is you look at the top holders, you make sure that you're not getting like somebody's clipping 4% or some crazy shit, and you just wait and you just accumulate supply. You just go, okay, DCA, it's a new month, new better salary, put a little bit in, hit a lick, a bit in, and you start to have what's called a portfolio. The reason why people have a portfolio is because it manages the most important factor in anything in finance, which is risk. Risk is the most important factor in finance. And if you're diversified correctly, you manage risk, you survive. And then once the market heats up, you thrive. Look at Kirby. The same thing happened to Kirby. Look, 4 million went to zero. Everybody's complaining, panicking, blah, blah, blah. If you bought the dip on Kirby, a week later, you made a 17x. Now ask yourself the question, guys. Did you make a 17x with size last 2 weeks? The answer is no. Might not be playing the game right. Okay. Cadets, same thing again. If you look at Cadets, it went from 1 million down to 80K, blasted off to 500K. It's like a 6x. Burn. Same thing again. All of these charts, in my opinion, they're going to repeat. Okay, the only one that looks completely different is Kai. That one's just, this one might be a crazy runner. I actually think Kai might be an absolutely insane runner. Okay. Bubblehead, same thing. It launched, went to zero, built a community, and blasted off to 6M. Priceless, same thing. And all they do is they just do this motion over and over and over again until they blast off. And what ends up happening is, and I've done this myself many times, which is the reason why I know for a fact this is the same case again, providing that the market holds up, which is holding up, okay, is you're going to look back at some of these charts and the chart's going to be off the chart, and your entry and exit's going to be down here, and you're going to be scratching your head and saying, what's the next play? You don't want to do that, right? My job on this channel is simple. It's to remind you of these things, give you a little bit of a rant from experience and lessons that I've had, okay? It's not to show you coins and affiliate links constantly and keep you gambling like most channels, right? My job is simple. Give you the alpha, give you what I'm doing. Because I tell you what, I wouldn't, if you guys have seen many times, right? If the CTO is ass, I was cheated it and we move on. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying this CTO is good. From when you see balls locked in and you see all the community still locked in and people are still DCAing chart, that's when you know this thing's a good thing. And also, furthermore, I've got a feeling of this. I've got alpha. What did Elon do before Elon started going on the mic? He went quiet. Meow hasn't tweeted since the 10th of August, the 15th. This guy has not tweeted since the 10th of August. It's now the 15th. If you look at Soulport Tom, what did Tom Soulport do before he got his projects listed on Coinbase? He went quiet, didn't tweet. What did Elon do before Troll and everything started blasting off? A pump, which we was also locked in on that. He went quiet. There is a direct correlation between founders going quiet and charts blasting off. It's DJ math. Founder goes quiet, charts probably going to blast off. Providing that it's a legit founder, not a lot, right? Meow is a legit founder, guys. You use that thing called Phantom Wallet and you go on your Phantom Wallet, you use Jupiter? Yeah. You trade on Bags? Meteora. You trade on Believe? Meteora. You trade on Jupiter Studio? Meteora. He owns that as well. Oh, you're bullish on Worthless? Moonshot. Also owns that as well. All of these platforms, which we use in Solana, because those guys were hustling like what we're doing now, since Solana was $3, those guys were building. Now they have the infrastructure, right? There's no way on this planet that I can conceptualize where Jupiter doesn't have success. This cycle, not next cycle, this cycle. Because this is the cycle of launchpads. And that's how you gotta think, okay? You can't wake up every day, log into the trenches, without having your other plans, without having your strategy, your front runs, okay, this is going to happen if this happens, right? Look at the people that bought Pepe 200K and it ran up to fucking 12 million. They were just thinking one step ahead. They turned $2,000 into $120,000 in one candle. That's what you have to do. Now, obviously, I'm not saying don't trench. Obviously, trench. But you got to mix it up, boys. Okay? So I say, yo, broski, follow the Quash Twitch and YouTube. Got you on the big screen grinding right now for Bubble. Exactly, bro. Big dubs, bro. Big fucking dubs. And that's the thing. Is like, you have the advantage right now, right? You're in the bubble coin. You're DCN, okay? What the whales do? Well, whales are going to wait and see. They're going to be like, okay, well, is it holding up? Okay, great. Am I still getting raids? Okay, great. And then once Uranus breaks out, they're going to look at that bubble chart and they're just going to blast it and buy 1%, right? We're in the age now of billionaires. Done at the stage of 6-figure houses, 5-figure houses. This is billionaire era, right? Multi-millionaires are like teenagers. So your market caps are illusions. Provided, right, that the coin holds up, you will see people blast the chart. That's what I'm trying to say. Once the chart blasts off, you might think, well, how can it get to 10 million? It's only at X. It's only out for Bubble's case. How can it get to 10 million? It's at 2 mil. The chart looks ass. Nobody cares. All people are waiting to see is if Uranus takes off and Jupiter ecosystem starts to capture market share, they're going to blast all the majors. That's the reason why Corey went from 400K to 20 million. Not because of viral meme. Well, that's part of the equation, yeah. But it's because the chart held up when Bonk broke out. So people go through the Bonk eco like what we do every single time. And we look at the charts, like what I do. I'll go like this. We'll go through the charts, go through the Bonk eco, and I'll say, well, what's shifted? Okay, well, so we have a look at the community. Oh shit, everyone's got bubblehead on. 20K. Cadets is not doing nothing. Okay, leave it. Kirby, no. You look at maybe. You say maybe 20K. All right, what's next? Bro, they're not even bothered. They're not even joining. They don't care, right? But you have the advantage because they're now your exit liquidity. You can be like, okay, fuck, I just made 20 grand. Boom. Then you do the same thing all over again. You go find a new one. There was a guy that did this, right? I did a lot of live streams with him. And guess what, guys? You guys haven't seen him since. Do you want to know the reason why? Because he's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. He made 700 grand on abstract. You get it? And he gave you the alpha last year. For anyone that's been on my channel since last year, right? anyone that's been on my channel since last year, you guys can go watch these videos. They're still up. You got the teacup burner 5 mil, crypto shots up. You see here, these are the first times when we started these live in the trenches videos. You have Leo here. He came and gave the alpha on Tom when nobody was talking at Tom at the lows. Right, he picked the CTOs, same thing I've already explained. Right, he gave the alpha on what? Virtuals. My nigga, when is the last time any of you guys have bought virtuals? Probably not. Well, guess what? Virtuals made me bread. I made like 80k on virtuals from like 15 grand. So I made like an 8x just by going through, looking at the alpha videos there, right? It's the same thing now. Obviously, the trenches have evolved. You have a big wave of volume. People, I don't know what people think they're doing on like certain coins. It just doesn't work, right? You have to compartmentalize your brain. Part of your brain obviously is like, okay, sell the news, snipers, bundles, fucking rotation. If you guys see like how, if a coin's about to bond and there's another coin here which is struggling to break 100k, I'll sell the 100k to buy the bond because I know people don't have the port, so they're gonna change it. So there's a proportion of liquidity that swaps over there. You got to compartmentalize your brain in those things. Okay, maybe you have a strategy which is like, okay, I'm just gonna play new creations and do that, etc. Right? That's the fucking trenches. Complex maths. Right? Then you have what is so simple, which is just looking at areas which are going to capture volume and placing your bets there. If you did it on bags, when bags was at 2% market shares, now at like 16, you made bread. If you did it on the first wave, I already showed you the first wave, you made 10x on everything, right? I had 2% supply of priceless from 200k. No, from 400k. I still hold 2% supply of burn. I also hold like 3% supply of catty as well. That was an emotional roller coaster. That's crazy. I bought that. I also hold a fat bag of Uranus coin, right? That's where I place my bets. And all the bags just inflate. You don't have to do nothing. You just sit there and let the people I've already explained top blast your bags, rise your bags. Okay. That's alpha, bro. And you can do it on pump. You can do it wherever, right? You can do it wherever, however you want. But I'm saying if you front run narratives, you're going to make bread, right? If you front run narratives, you're going to make bread. What did we do on pump, right? When nobody was talking about pump, we went through pump and we said, okay, everybody said Elon's a scammer, J mode, etc. Blah, blah, blah. It's all about bonk. What did we say? Pump's doing buybacks. Found the wallets. Took half an hour out of the day. Found the wallets. Okay, just scroll through Twitter. Somebody made the June thing. Okay, then what else did we do? Took initiative. Okay, let's add the wallets to the wallet tracker. Now we can see when they're buying back. Oh, whenever they buy back, there's a big green candle. When they don't buy back, it's coming down. They buy back, big green candle. Oh, now we have a floor. Okay, and then boom, DCA, and now we're here. All right, so I'll leave you with that before we get back into the trenches, but I'll just say this. Famous quote, in the land of the blind, so you can finish off the quote. What's the quote in the stream? Sorry, I left my mic on in the VC. My bad, guys. My bad. But yeah, in the land of the blind, what's the end of the quote? Let's see who can remember it. Correct. Who else has got it? In the land of the blind. Okay. Now, what would that mean for crypto? I'll tell you what that means for me is that in the land of the degens, right? In the land of the degens, if you can just think one step ahead, you can make crazy gains. And that's how you turn a small amount of money into a big amount of money. Now, people do it in different ways. That might be getting better at sniping coins or trading a certain style. You've seen how Shiro does it. He'll be like, right, I'll buy 6% paydex. He'll just do that on repeat, picking a section of the thing and a strategy that works, right? In the land of the blind, everyone degen, this coin, that coin, gamble. You're like, hold on a second. I'm going to pay Dex. I'm going to make a banner. I'm going to do what people always ask you to do, but I'm going to get paid for it. Okay. It might be front run a narrative. Okay. I'm going to leave this shit and I'm just going to look for narratives which might play out. Okay. They might not always play out, but when they do, you make crazy exits. It might be, I'm going to look for ecosystems, abstract, it might be NFTs. Okay. It could be looking at CTOs, etc. All the things also I've explained. It might be doing that. If you focus on that while everyone's blind, you're the one-eyed man.